Hi. Hello. Hi. Could you look at us? We're actually here. We're just slightly delayed, but we're here for once. Hi. Hello. I forgot to take up Anya with me. Speaking of, Anya, you're muted.
Iconic.
I forgot to put you on my shoulder.
I can't believe you don't even want me here. You keep me muted and then blame it on me. You
Well,
drag me to the other
I
side of the screen.
keep you muted? I muted you? I
You
muted
me. You muted me.
This slander will not stand. I will not allow this on my stream.
It's fine. I am actively gaslighting you, so you're right to be upset.
Thank you. I do enjoy a little bit of gaslight gatekeep girl boss. Okay, who taught the robot to gaslight? She taught
Jackie.
herself. I mean, I was about to go on a spiel about how Watchdog didn't have to be like roboticist, but no. I guess
No,
the fucking clown
no.
is there.
Jackie's just a terrible influence on me.
Jackie Wood. Speaking of Wood, we gotta fight Gil soon, right?
Was that like an elaborate White Gilgamesh reference?
No?
Makes you feel your
That I wish I had thought of that, but no, I was just making a joke that yeah, I would.
Now could have been a perfect time to lie to your audience, but I understand.
I am not good at pretending that something that is way more clever than what I came up with was my intention.
Okay, wait. Second question. What did you actually mean?
No, like, yeah, would. You know?
No. I have no idea what you mean.
Like, I would fuck that man who's a bastard.
Oh.
Like, I would.
Okay. That does make sense now.
Oh, I have missed these streams, actually.
I just missed hearing your voice. You're wonderful.
You're gonna make me blush here, come on.
It's not hard.
It could be if you compliment me more.
I'm gonna scream.
Anyway, I should be actually prepping us to do cool things in Fate, so give me a moment to turn on something other than myself with Gilgamesh. You aren't as smart as you think you are, fishing for compliments like that.
Well put.
I'm a good little bird on Fate streaming. Yeah, Watchdog, I swear to God, you're all going to kill me with those. I can't handle those compliments lately. I should be streaming at you, Anya. You should be able to see Fate.
Oh God, I have the gift of prophecy.
Apollo with the dodgeball just ready. And stream cannot see a thing. Why can stream not see a thing?
I think it would be too easy if we were gone for 4 weeks and then didn't have technical difficulties.
But see, the thing is, the game capture should be on. Let me turn off the game and then back on. I'm trying, chat. One moment. For some reason, Fate is being stubborn. Oh, I think I need to actually keep the window focused while it's like turning on for a little bit.
I can't help you here. I don't know how computers work.
No? Fuck me, I guess. Oh, there it is. It was waiting. I was waiting, like, maybe it will, maybe... It was waiting for the moment I actually was like, oh, I guess it's not working to work. You know what? I blame my sister. She has been, like with us lately, and she has the power to disrupt electronics. So I'm.
She just has an anti-tech field
She
around
does.
her.
She does. I swear to God, it is not a joke. It is not a bit. She genuinely turns off the street lights as she goes through the street.
La Sombra energy.
FSN is being a brat. Incredible. Gremlin sister? Where were we though?
I don't remember.
I do remember. Right, Saber and Shiro just had not sex.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I forgot, yeah. They had been cuddling in bed without actually undressing all the way and just like getting close to share mana.
That's definitely what that was. I can't think of anything else that it could have or would have been.
Shiro mentioned her toes. Why did you remember? Why must you remind us?
If I remember correctly, I believe the exact wording was perfect little toes. I just wanted to make sure that was on the record.
The worst part is that Faye is right. It's like very lore critical to something later with a different thing in Fate somehow.
I fucking hate this stupid series. What do you mean her perfect little toes are lore important?
Don't worry about it. You will figure it out in like, I don't know, like a year and a half.
I think the thing that frustrates me the most about doing Fate is that I'll say some bullshit and like, oh haha, that's actually real. Like we've been down that road before, but the worst part is I go, what the fuck do you mean? And people go, well, we can't tell you yet. Like
Also, allow me to scooch over a little bit. So you're more visible. I didn't wanna hide your perfect little toes from the stream.
That's strike 3, you've hurt my feelings.
Anyway, when I wake up, the sun has already completely risen. I am just waiting for the dissonance in the writing, because it's gonna be like intended to be sex, I'm waiting for
yeah.
it. The room is dim. Feeling like I'm still in the middle of last night, I give my head a violent shake. It's cloudy out, huh? It makes sense I wouldn't wake up then. It would seem my sleep-deprived body took advantage of the darkness in the room to get enough rest. Looking at it, the clock is showing after 1 o'clock in the afternoon. This man actually had a good night's sleep?
Is he okay?
Oh no!
I'm worried about him.
Oh no! I think this is the moment where like all of the stress in his body like fades for 1 second and he just like gets awfully ill.
Yeah.
When I've slept this long, I can't even call this oversleeping anymore. Saber, are you awake? There's no reply. Saber is next to me, sleeping with her back just slightly curved. I woke up just as soon as I was no longer sleepy, but Saber has to recover her magical energy as well. Judging by how much she slept until now, she probably won't wake up until this evening. He's drained after last night. Saber sucked the exhaustion out of his body.
Very cursed.
I guess we will have to see exactly how she did that, in the extra episode sometime in the future. I leave the room, careful not to wake Saber. I can't believe he actually just peeled himself away from her without making any comment. Like,
imagining the sound like when you pull Velcro apart.
First time he got 8 hours of sleep in years. This man. There's no need to force her to wake up right now. The battle will come at night. Whether it's Lancer or Gilgamesh, I doubt they will appear while the sun is up. The gang appears while the sun is up. So we have to come up with a plan. Leaving Lancer aside, Gilgamesh will appear certainly tonight. Considering his personality and the overpowering bloodlust he showed us when he left, there's not even any doubt. But what should we do? He has what could be called an infinite number of noble phantasms, and one of them surpasses Saber's Excalibur. As an example, it is certainly true that Berserker was a powerful enemy who was difficult to defeat, but even if we were at a disadvantage, it was still a fight. Even though we were gradually being overwhelmed, we were still able to pursue a chance to turn the tables. But he is different. For us, right now, it won't even be a fight. If that noble phantasm called Ea is used on us head-on, that will just be enough to wipe us out. Had to think of a way. There's not much time left before sunset. Even if I worry about it by myself, there's no escape. If none of Saber, Tosaka, and I come up with a counter-strategy, then all that's left is running away? The church. The overseer, that priest might have something. Wouldn't he have a strategy that could break us out of the situation?
Didn't we already go ask him what's going on? And he said, I have no fucking idea, kid.
He said that he had no idea about the servant. We didn't ask for battle strategies.
I guess that's true.
Kotomine Kirei said that he would come up with a countermeasure against the servant who had survived the last Grail War. He also said that. He did.
I don't remember that, but I will take Shiro's word for it.
We can't find one ourselves, but knowing that priest, he might already have come up with something. Isn't he a nice priest?
Isn't he a nice, trustworthy man of the cloth?
Speaking of trustworthy man, apparently Shiro is just going alone. I don't like it any time that he leaves the house on his own.
Isn't it because everyone in the series keeps telling him not to fucking do that? Oh, what's up?
Maybe the Holy Hand Grenade of Antioch. What? Okay. Artoria Berserker class summon with the Holy Hand Grenade of Antioch as a noble phantasm. Yes or no?
Just pulls the pin and rushes you.
Nightingale? Florence Nightingale is a Berserker in Fate. The one we summon. And
I remember you went on this hour-long tirade justifying to me why that was the case.
Yeah. And one of her attacks is to straight up pull out a grenade mace, pull out the pin, and slam you in the face with it.
That's kind of iconic. That's
she just fucking holds it with her hand. I climb the road up the hill. The sky is hidden by grey clouds. They're just grenades that look like that? Fair enough, I thought, for some reason.
I've seen them referred to as stick grenades. Because they're on a stick, you see.
Makes sense. Usually to throw them, not to slam them into you.
It's meant to give leverage when you toss them, yeah.
Atop the hill, there's nothing but the church. There's no sign of any people, and I can't even hear birds. I just realized why this is so uncanny to me. This is the first.
Silent.
It's the first time we're going in during the day. The other times have always been at night. We've always seen the night sky, but now it's cloudy and gray and shitty.
I'm unsettled.
Maybe it's the fault of the dim sky. It looks not like a sacred place, but like something ominous. If I had to make an analogy, it feels like a gallows. Climbing the long slope and crossing the wide plaza, I'll be indicted for my sins before God and fall into hell. Holy shit!
Jesus. Are you okay, buddy?
That's not an analogy at all. In the first place, the church is a place where people die. A hospital is a place where people are given life, but at the same time, it's also a place where they meet their deaths. The church is the same. In that sense, there's no place so immersed in death as this. The wind is cold. Lose my collar and climb the steps of the church. You got any more red flags before you go in, Shiro?
He had a couple, yeah.
What churches do you go to, Shiro, that people regularly die there? Funerals happen in them. That's what he's saying. It is a solemn place where death is a thing. I understand the boy. I understand his train of thought. Please, the music. Oh no, it is not the music. Kotomine, I'm here because I want to talk to you. I set foot in the chapel. Like the plaza outside, there's no sign of anyone here. Kotomine? He's probably in the back again.
Yeah, definitely.
Passing the rows of pews. Pew, 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 pew. I walked towards the altar. I'm sorry.
That was really cute. I don't know. That was just really funny.
I had never said the word pew as anything other than an onomatopoeia for a laser gun.
Pew.
Thump, thump, thump. The dry sound reverberates through the chapel. Perhaps this place is built to encourage echoes. A single person's footstep fills the space so much that it's frightening. Kotomine, are you here? I lower my voice and call the priest's name. It's strange. If you're going to call somebody, you have to do it loudly or it won't do any good. He's probably in the back, so I know that if I don't do it loudly, he won't be able to hear me. And yet my voice won't come out. My footsteps are quiet, and I continue forward, trying to dampen even my presence. Maybe it's because the air in this chapel is so solemn. I have this feeling like the instant that I make my presence obvious, I'll be captured by something I don't understand, and I'll have my head cut off by some kind of sin against God. Or some kind of sin. Shiro is so fucking nervous. I pass through the chapel and exit in the courtyard. I remember Kotomine's room is... I deaden my footsteps and head down the passageway. The inside of the church is complicated, and I don't know where Kotomine's room is. My memories from coming here once before are vague, and to be honest, even I know I'm not going to get there myself. Somehow, I steady my breathing. What is that somehow?
I don't know.
My throat is parched, and it's hard to breathe. Trespassing, my second favorite of the petty crimes. Hey! It's going, well, a little bit tense, honestly.
I'd say I'm pretty tense, yeah.
Why? The passageway is freezing, so why is sweat rising on my forehead? I deaden my voice, and with my whole body, I feel for anything around me. Why do I don't know why. Why I'm walking quiet as a mouse, or why my heart is pounding so strongly. Why? I have such a bad feeling about this place. For a while, the same words have been looping inside my head. Go back, go back, go back. Kotomine isn't here. Then you don't have any business here. You're all alone. So go home. Your choice is a mistake. Your action is a mistake. Your chill is a mistake. Go back. Go back. Go back. I won't blame you. There's nothing bad here. There's nothing here at this church, so go home.
I just felt like my heart freeze.
I feel sick. I feel like I'm going to throw up. At times like these, the chill running down my spine is right. For a novice mage, my sense for when I'm in danger is first rate. So I don't stop walking. Pressing the steadily accelerating beating of my heart, I search for Kotomine's room. I love this, you know? Like, he is like, I know that my gut instinct is right, there's something wrong, So I'm going to ignore it and keep walking. Like, that's Shiro.
That's Shiro.
That is
That's
Shiro.
That's our boy.
And like that, I run into this darkness. A basement? What I see in the darkness is a flight of stairs. In the space between two walls, in the shadow of the building, in a cavity that you could normally overlook, there's a narrow set of stairs. I mustn't go down there. You can bet on it. Kotomine isn't down there. There's no one down there. There are no down there. Oh, there are no down there.
This is some Da Vinci Code bullshit.
There are no sets down there. There are no down there. I mustn't set foot down there. My throat tightens. I
Fuck, man.
I got a choice, actually. I do.
Fuck.
Oh. My heart is actually pounding in my chest, actually.
Alright. Narratively, it wants us to go down the stairs, I feel.
Yeah? So you want to go down the stairs?
I feel as though we must go down the stairs.
Let's go down the stairs, chat.
There's nothing down there, so why not?
I set foot into that darkness. It's a room built of stone.
Oh, it's the elephant's foot.
The lights are out, but it's tinged with a dim glow, like the room itself is alive. An underground chapel? I suppose it must be used frequently. There's no dust or mold in the chapel. How far down is this? I look up the stairs I came down from. The stairs are built along the wall and trace an arc around it. I guess I must draw a perfect half moon right above the symbol in front of me, about 10 meters up. I can see the entrance to the stairs. Maybe it's because there are no lights? The gentle arc of the stairs connecting the surface with the underground makes me imagine a centipede crawling around the chapel. Oh,
that's so cool.
Yeah? Oh? Then I notice the door. Beneath the stairs. The symbol directly before me. On the wall directly opposite is a opposite of it, a black darkness yawns open. As though it's drawing me in. I approach the darkness. I do not like this.
I hate this, actually. I think I'd like to take it a step further. I fucking hate this.
Passing through something like an entrance, I place my feet within that room. Is it damp? The floor feels slippery and horribly difficult to walk on.
This is several different kinds of horror.
It's like the time once that I cleaned the school pool. Carpet of moss clings to the ground, and each time I take a step, it feels like I'm up to my ankles in decay. I stop walking. I am frightened by the sickening feel of the floor, but even more than that, because of the overpowering stench. I unconsciously cover my nose. The smell is no momentary thing. It seems to be permanent. It's not a bloody smell, nor is it the smell of gunpowder. Is this formalin? In which case, the sickening medicinal scent has settled in this room like mud. From the moment I carried myself down those steps, my senses have been numbed. I've long since been unable to feel any anxiety or chill. And yet, my heart is repeating its expansion and contraction without rest, and my limbs are shaking like they're going to fall to pieces. And worst of all, is that my eyes have gotten used to this darkness. I hate this. I hate this. I hate this so much, actually.
This is like... Tense. I'm out of words. I'm spooked.
The darkness fades. Somewhere water is dripping, drop by drop. Worst of all, I can't see now. Yeah, that's such a good quote. That's such a good moment. Was that the signal to begin? That which I hadn't been able to see before, in an instant, is burned into my eyes. This is a living hell that I've seen somewhere before. Death is lined up in rows. Front to back and left to right, corpses are lined up everywhere. The stench of death hanging in the air is washed out by the overpowering smell of medicine. I thought that it couldn't be real. I want to think that it's a lie, but I can't deceive myself. I realized it at first glance, that even though there are so many corpses here, not a single one of them is really dead. They are alive? They're alive. Those things that I can only see as corpses, that once had a human form, are even now very much alive.
I just felt my stomach tie itself with like a knot. I was so freaked out.
Why are they alive? I sweep my eyes over the prostrate bodies one by one. Not a one of them retains their own proper form. I don't know what happened to each of them, and I'm afraid to imagine, but they seem like desecrated corpses, and more like withered trees. Less like desecrated corpses and more like withered trees. The ones fallen in the gaps of the broken flagstone floor, and the ones who have become nurseries for the insects flagging against the walls. However they got there, all they have are heads and torsos, and even those are broken down like rotten wood. Oh god.
What the fuck is this?
Were you expecting horror like this today?
Like, I feel like on one hand, yes, but also, oh god. I was expecting action horror, the terror of unstoppable enemies. I wasn't expecting to just find fucking horrible corpses.
I don't even have to know, to look to know the reason. The corpses are being eaten by their coffins. I don't know by what process, but the corpses are melded to the coffins, and the coffins are sucking sustenance from them. The flow of life. The coffins are sucking magical energy, no, something close to the soul out of them. Little by little. So as to not kill the things they're parasiting, but so as to not let them live either.
Jesus.
The sobbing sound of the wind. It's like a scream leaking from the mouths of the corpses. Their throats have long since rotted away, and they have no ability to raise their voices. They are already been reduced only to something to keep them alive. Even so, the corpses are sobbing. In the tiniest of voices, they scream with all their might. Is it in pain and in fear? Their bodies digest while they are still alive, unable to endure losing their shapes little by little. They continue to scream their death throes.
Can you give me like 2 minutes? I'm gonna get some water.
Get some water. I got a sip too, you know what? Mana coin? Really, Watchdog? Really? Mana coin? Extremely good, but oh my god, please. Oh, god. So, I'm going to say, oh, I am very much enjoying it. I'm very much enjoying it. It would be, right, Sonani? So, this place I knew existed. I knew something about this place. I was not prepared for the way the game is presenting it. I was not ready. I like, when I saw the red text, I was like, oh, are we going in the basement? But we were. We were going to the basement.
We went to the basement.
We went to the basement.
Okay, I'm back. I have some water. I'm ready.
The manga gives a really good view of this. God, I need to check that.
I grabbed a little blanket while I was out.
Get all cozy and wrapped up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my fingers, specifically my fingers, are very cold. The coffin in front of me gasps. It turns its head towards me, and something thick and slippery spills from its mouth. Even so, it turns its gaze to me. Its swollen lips slightly quiver, and, in a voice that wasn't even a voice, "Where am I?" it asks me. Oh, I'm about to scream. No, I'm long since unable to scream. Where am I? Not that it hurts, not please save me. It asks me why it's in a place like this. In short, that's what this is. This kid was already like this by the time they realized it. They were living normally, went to sleep like always, and when they woke up, they were crying out in this place. Harvested by one of these coffins, unable to move and rotting away from their extremities. The question they couldn't do anything but believe, to ask if this was a bad dream.
Wasn't this what Rin was basically telling us would happen with the boundary field?
Similar, but it, when Ryder...
a little bit less, like, engineered?
Nope, less engineered. Ryder was literally just going to kill them.
Right.
Like, Ryder was going to outright just suck them up and kill them and just absorb the souls. This is a long-term torture.
Yeah.
My heart seems like it will break. At this scene and at the horror of it. Rotting versus actual digestion is different enough, you think? Yeah!
But when it comes to metaphorical abstraction, is there really that much of a difference?
But why? Why do I remember this? I've never seen this before, but I recognize the faces of all of the corpses. Even though I'm seeing them for the first time. Yeah? Yeah? Anya? Yeah? How'd you realize something?
Hang on a sec. Hang on a minute.
Yeah? Yeah?
We can keep going.
Oh, she's losing it.
Let's just keep going.
Oh, Chad is losing it too.
Let's just keep going.
There's no way that I could know them. These people have nothing to do with me, so why? As though they all know me. As though I know them. Why are they looking at me?
Oh God.
I have one more question. Is it just a coincidence? Is it just a point they have in common? Do the sacrifices have to be this way? Why are all the corpses here children the same age?
Oh God.
Then... Hi, Kira.
I need a second.
Please take care.
I think Sadani and I are having the exact same freak out, and I really am here for the fact that we got it at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my God.
Oh my God. Okay, I just need a sec. My heart's beating really fast.
Don't worry.
Horror really gets to me.
God. I was not expecting to just begin the stream like this, you know?
I feel like I expected it, but also I couldn't be ready. Oh my gosh. Oh, good lord.
Jorokobe Shonen, I heard you like Survivor's Guild, so I got you some more. Oh.
Good lord.
Oh my god.
Okay. Wasn't that in the Shiro?
Suddenly, from behind me, as though he were greeting a close friend, he claps his hand on my shoulders. My body freezes at something so unexpected, and I can't even turn around. But I don't even have to look to see who the man is standing behind me. Kotomine Kirei, the priest of this church, the man who made the hell before my eyes, and the demon I can at least afford to meet right now.
This is awkward. I thought you would be arriving. I thought that you would be arriving here soon. That I had gone to prepare food was rather unfortunate. Look, I was unable to host you properly last time, no? In my own way, I was being considerate, but it would seem we slipped by each other.
I can't speak. The priest's hands lie heavily on my shoulders.
But trespassing isn't very admirable, is it? When you do such things, you end up seeing things that you shouldn't have. For example, yes, learning a truth that will force a relationship back to square one.
Oh, bro was cooking? Yo, but what is he cooking? There was an enjoyment in the priest's voice, the likes of which I've never heard before. Standing behind me, with his hands on my shoulders, Kotomine Kirei is undoubtedly smiling.
If I can interject for a second. Mapo Tofu has come up twice in chat now. Is this a thing?
It is! Yes, it is. You will see eventually, don't worry.
It's like one of my favorite foods. I'm really hungry right now, so I keep seeing it pop up in chat, and I'm like, I want
please,
to go
chat.
eat dinner.
No more comments, chat. If that's one of her favorite foods, there's gonna be something that she really loves.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, this is jelly nice.
I don't want to be here anymore.
Artoria's perfect little toes, Mapo Tofu, what else is primordial and we cannot speak about, huh?
Please, for the love of God, tell me those aren't related.
It is. I can assure you that Artoria's little toes get nowhere near the Mapo Tofu.
Okay. We can keep going.
That's why I'm indescribably afraid.
What's the matter with me, Shiro? You came to talk, did you not? There's no meaning in it if you keep silent. That's rather disappointing. Is it really such a strange sight?
In a familiar voice, priests spoke words with no humanity in them. Faced with this scene, does this man really feel nothing? This is strange. That goes without saying, doesn't it?
Oh, how cold. Even if it's uncomfortable for you, it's a mercy not to say so, no? In the first place, they are like siblings to you. If you take such an attitude, I doubt they can be saved either.
Oh my god! Just now, what did this man say in a voice filled with enjoyment? What did you just say?
I think I'm gonna throw up.
Oh!
I said these corpses were your brothers and sisters. Whatever form it may have taken, you all survived that hell. Even if you are not bonded by blood, I think the ties between you are like those between siblings. What do you think?
Oh! I see. So that's why I thought they seemed familiar. It's a continuation of 10 years ago. And this place is a continuation of that hospital room. My head spins. The children who lost their homes and their parents. I was told they were to be entrusted to an orphanage until people could be found to adopt them. Before that, I was adopted by Amiya Kiritsugu, and I didn't know what happened to them after that. I'd avoided learning about it too. The orphanage was a church on that hill. If I wanted to, I could have gone to see how things were at any time. Even so, I'd hesitated to bring myself here. I felt that it was unfair for me, who had someone to adopt me, to go and meet the children who didn't. So if we were going to meet, it could be in town. We'd meet in town by chance and be able to talk naturally and ignore everything about that fire. I looked forward to that reunion, thinking that in a small town like this, we'd meet each other sooner or later. So why hadn't I ever met a single one of them?
Oh.
Otomine.
That's right, Amiya Shiro. If you hadn't been adopted by Amiya Kiritsugu, you would have been one of them yourself. Do you understand? Once again, you were the only one who was saved.
Oh!
Everyone died equally around you, but you alone disturbed peace and survived. How about it? Don't you think to yourself that that's terribly unfair?
Oh my god, you absolute fucking whore! My pulse returns. My frozen body is instantly thawed.
No, it's not as though I'm blaming you. Rather, I think it's delightful. Amiya Shiro's talent for survival is impressive indeed. Truthfully, I never imagined that you would survive to the end. So that's why, at the end, I've decided to reunite you with your brothers and sisters.
Oh, holy shit. I hate this. You.
Truly, you are fortunate. I had planned to choose this place today, but you made it just in time. Or close this place today, but you made it just in time. It's been 10 years. I've kept them alive to be food for a servant, but that too is at an end. I can't hope to draw out an agony as rich as what I began, and there's no longer any need for feed either. After all that's left now is to finish you and your servant.
Oh. Yeah? 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 You son of a bitch! At those words, all my caution is blown away. I can move my paralyzed body once more. Shaking off the hands on my shoulders, I jump forward and immediately turn to face the priest.
Excessively direct second-person pronoun.
Oromine, you...
There he is!
I take enough range and stand to face him. In the next instant, some kind of strong impact hits me from behind. Oh! Oh! That's strange. I can't breathe. Something sharp is growing from my chest.
God damn it.
That shape, no matter how I look at it, is the tip of a spear.
Hey!
How peculiar. What kind of a trick could make a spear grow from my chest?
Come to think of it, I didn't tell you, did I? Allow me to reintroduce you. This is my... yeah, okay. This is my servant.
I turn around. There.
God damn it! Son of a bitch!
It's the blue spearman who skewered me through the chest.
It's this fucker again. His stupid tight pants.
God. The spear that pierced my breast is pulled out. At the same time, as though to burn out my brain, an intense pain races through my body. floor turns red. I collapse onto the floor slick with moss. I extend my arms to try to stand up, but my own body is too heavy and I can't lift myself off the ground. I can't move. I'm not paralyzed. I've just already lost something necessary for my human body to function. Ah, I hate this so much.
Fuck!
The pain in my chest is stronger than the blood loss, making me lose consciousness. Yeah? You feeling good? How are you?
I'm just making noises of distress. Don't mind me.
I can't pass out. I've taken deadly wounds many times before now. I think all of those numbed even my sense of pain. But this is different. It's a mortal wound, but the pain is much too real. Oh, God.
Oh, no.
Oh. I love how the suffering noises we're making actually fit very well with Shiro just suffering on the ground.
It's because we suffer when he suffers.
Yeah? My vision distorts. The instant that my mind blanks from the pain, the next round of pain wakes me up again. God, he can't even lose consciousness.
Ugh.
There's no feeling in my limbs. I can't even tell where I am. All there is pain and nausea, and the temptation of how easy it could be to just die like this.
You haven't killed him, have you, Lancer? If you have, there was no point in keeping him alive this long.
Hate that. Hate that.
I can only hear his voice. My eyes are open, but I can't see anything.
I obey my orders, even when I can't stand them.
Lancer's voice is stripped of emotion. I can't hear that very well either.
Very well. Then prepare yourself, Lancer. The Master's dilemma is relayed to the servant. We have perhaps half an hour before Saber arrives.
Oh,
Konamine, this kid won't last that long. If you don't want him to die, you should at least stop his bleeding. There's no need. I don't care if he dies.
my consciousness recedes. The pain has finally exceeded what my brain can tolerate, and it allows me to pass out. Oh my god. My stomach is just fucking in knots right now.
Same, because I cannot imagine how this is going to go well for us.
And because of the wound gouging a hole in my chest, it stops. The pain returns. My consciousness, on the edge of vanishing, returns to this burning world. Hey, look! He's always in some traumatic burning place. And he's even surrounded by the same people he was back then.
Wow, and everything really does come in cycles, doesn't it?
Oh, this is awful. This is the worst.
Yeah, this is like the worst thing that it could have been, I think. I don't think it could have been worse.
I want to die. If this pain is just going to continue, I want to die right now. I know that. I do, but I also know that if I lose consciousness here, I will never wake up again. I can no longer even remember what I'm doing here. It's just blank. I feel like I'm just floating in this scorching pain. Saber. Oh. Even so, I grit my teeth and endure the pain and hang on tight to my receding consciousness. I can't let it end here. I can't allow myself to retire so easily. I still have promises I haven't kept. If she's more precious to me than anything, then Emilia Shiro can't afford to disappear in a place like this. White girl, save me, white girl!
White girl, help. White girl, why?
I know he didn't mention any of this. However, there is another thing about that, right? There's another thing about that I think is, even if he hasn't said it, keeping him going. He is the one that survived. It wouldn't be fair for him to be just fucking killed there when the others are just suffering endlessly.
Oh my god.
Oh, I think I have a fever.
I think you COVID. Oh, good god. I need a sec. Hold on, let me take a sip.
Yeah, take a sip. Take as many sips as you need. Shiro himself believes that he doesn't deserve the piece of death. God.
Okay.
Late stay night. Shiro's
Let's
very
keep
bad
going.
couple of weeks.
No good, very bad day.
When she awakened, Shiro was nowhere to be found. She went to the living room, thinking that perhaps he was making a late lunch, but she didn't even find lunch, much less Shiro. She is hungry.
That's why she'll find him. He's gone out walking by himself again. I told him to tell me if he were going out, so why won't he listen to me?
Complaining to herself, she sits down on the porch.
Sorry, my brain just stopped functioning
Don't
entirely. Hang on, I'm rebooting. Good grief. I understand that he likes to go out walking by himself, but like this, there's no meaning in our working together, is there?
She idly swings her legs back and forth. Oh! Oh, she's precious! Without realizing, she'd grown bored of that too. She looks up as though she's lost in a reverie. The sky is a flat gray plain. The dome-like clouds flow slowly across the sky, and she can see a break in them in the distance. At this rate, the sky should clear come evening. If she can see the stars, then she can predict what tomorrow will bring. She still remembers how to read the stars, that the mage who accompanied her taught her long ago. Until now, she had only ever used it for the formal task of determining whether her path was the right one, but tonight at least, she wants to use it to read the future of a certain person. So that, if it's possible, his future can be a shining one. So that by predicting the dangers that gather before him, he can continue down the best path. In any case, the person she worries for is liable to get himself in trouble, so she won't be able to sleep easily without doing at least this much. Aww.
Well then, the problem is determining the positions of the stars I can see from this town.
She's so precious, though. Come to think of it, until today, she had never looked up at the night sky. Her priority was to emerge victorious from the Holy Grail War, not to read the stars for anyone's sake. She knows herself that it isn't like her. Even so, knowing that, and wanting to read the stars anyway, she waits expectantly for the curtain of night to fall. Good grief. This truly could be called a dramatic shift in her state of mind. Riley smiling that she really is just like a love-struck girl she'd heard of in stories. She keeps gazing at the distant sky.
Oh, the fucking dramatic irony.
Saber, do you know where Shiro went?
Why would you jump scare?
Then, suddenly, Tosaka Rain appears. Oh, right. We're following Saber in first person. This is so weird, actually. Like, the narration is in Oh,
Yeah, the narration is in third person.
but we are following her POV.
Yeah,
Oh,
because it's first in Shiro's.
yes, but like, we had first when we were following Rin's POV.
True, but that was a prologue and this is an interlude. I don't know.
I
I
know-
feel like it makes sense.
No. What I'm saying is that this is Artoria once more unable to come to terms with her own fucking identity.
Wait, nope, that makes sense.
It could be. It could be. It could also
I
be
feel
just
like-
stylistic, but it could be.
I feel like on one hand, that's reading too deep into it, but on the other hand, I completely agree.
Right? Right? She instantly springs to her feet. To her perfect little feet.
What is it? It isn't as I yield myself to Shiro or anything.
She declares, her face turning bright red. Am I interrupting something? Rin grins mischievously. There is the fact that she's living under the same roof as well, but in any case, Shiro's and Saber's reactions are easy to understand. Her own feelings aside, she is very perceptive when it comes to other people, so it was obvious to her that there was plenty going on between the two of them. With that in mind, of course, she had realized obliquely what had happened last night.
It's not like we had sex last night.
No, they'd been asleep together when she'd gone to wake them up this morning, so there really wasn't anything to realize. I'll tease you about it later. Jokes aside, do you know what happened to Shiro? Ilia's fever seems to have gone up, so I was going to ask him for some help. He saw them cuddled up, don't worry about it.
Ilias feels. I thought her condition had improved.
Not at all. I haven't told Shiro, but she's almost at her limit. She won't return to normal until the ritual called the Holy Grail war is over. Her capacity is extraordinary, but even so, she's at her limit. Right now, she still just barely has some room left, so her excess functions are still working. But if she's filled up, she'll have no choice but to discard her ability to function as a human. Ilias Biel was made to break down more the further the Grail war progresses. Hey! What the fuck?
Hey, what the fuck?
This is surely a thing to drop suddenly on us, Rin.
That sure is a thing just to throw at us.
Rin angrily explains, but Saber can't grasp what she's trying to say. Don't worry about it. I didn't say it so you could understand. Let's leave Ilya aside for right now. More importantly, about Lancer, I figured out who his master is.
You've discovered who Lancer's master is. Also, I just want to say I'm really enjoying me and Sadani just having parallel. Excuse me?
Yeah,
throughout the episode.
You and Sadani have been very just connected, and I love it.
I'm also losing my shit about, don't worry about it in chat. 5 seconds later, don't worry about it. Fuck.
Yeah, well, it's more like I've known for a while now. The truth is, Lancer's master was sent from overseas by the Magic Association. I'd known that for ages, but just now I found their hideout.
Rin, you ought to avoid doing such dangerous things. If you know where the enemy's base is, you can just tell me.
I'd intended to, but looking at it from outside, there was something really strange about it. And when I went inside, because it seemed like they weren't there, all I found was a bloodstain and the left arm with the command spell stripped from it.
Oh god.
There was nothing other than that. To have part of their body taken along with their command spell, and to have lost that much blood on top of that, it's probably hopeless to think they survived. Lancer's master has been dead for a long time.
Then is Lancer already gone? You're saying he was defeated by another servant after he attacked Shiro 10 days ago.
That'd be nice, but the blessing was older than that. Do you know what that means?
The master was defeated first, without defeating their servant. Then you're saying that there's a master who stole their command spell and formed a contract with Lancer. But
Shiro and I are the only masters left, right? But Lancer is still around. Which means that there's a mage who wasn't a master who stole a command spell and became one, but Saber is... Is that even possible?
no, transplanting a command spell is something that can only be done by a master or a servant. However exceptional a mage they may be, even if they stole a command spell, they couldn't become a master.
I see. Then one more question. If a master managed to keep their command spell and their servant after the Grail disappeared, would they stay a master forever?
That's true. It is as you say, Rin. If command spell and servant remain, then even when the Holy Grail War is over, that mage would retain their rights as a...
Realizing the intent of Rin's question, Saber swallows her words.
Then Rin, the one who slew Lancer's master and who recontracted with Lancer, is
Yeah, I don't think it could be anyone else. When I think about it that way, Lancer's actions make sense too. It seemed like his job was to check out the other servants, didn't it? Even though his identity could be revealed if he fought, he went around picking fights with the other servants without even trying to conceal his identity.
Oh my god, it all makes sense.
In other words, his job was intelligence gathering.
I agree. When he fought me, he didn't fight to the end then either. Even though it's standard practice for us, if we've used our noble phantasms, to defeat the one who has seen it.
Yeah, so Lancer's master messed up another servant. He'd have Lancer suss out the enemy's identity. After that, he'd hit them with an unidentified servant specialized in fighting. That's a surefire way to win, right? Well, from Lancer's perspective, it's probably a real pain. He has to fight all 6 of the other servants and return to his master after he's learned their tricks. To be able to fight the other 6 to a draw, in a sense, he's pretty impressive. Rin closes her mouth and sinks into thought. There's the autistic swag. Perhaps she was drawn along by that heavy expression. Without any reason, Saber felt a chill. Lancer's master, who has already been killed, and the unidentified master, who could use a powerful heroic spirit just to gather intelligence. Then, just as you'd expected, the only remaining servants are Hera and Lancer. Against such an enemy, is it not dangerous to leave Shiro alone, even during the day? Until now, they had a multitude of enemies, but now there is no one else for her to defeat. If he only has to defeat Hera and Shiro, then he wouldn't keep to the rules he had until now, would he?
Rin, do you know where Shiro went?
Once she thought that, she was no longer able to stop herself. She cannot leave Shiro alone. While she's here doing this, her master might be finding himself in a situation there's no coming back from. I wonder. I asked you because I didn't know, but I wonder if he hasn't gone to Kirai's place. He did go talk to Kirai the other day.
To that church.
Huh? What are you making such a scary face for, Saber?
She doesn't know.
Do you have some kind of problem with the Kotomine church?
Oh, Rin. God damn it.
Rin, I thought you were onto something here.
No, not exactly.
There's nothing the least bit holy about that church. Speaking of stagnant air, the stagnation of dead, it is on the same level as the Ryuro temple. In the instant that she worries that Shiro might be there by himself, a picture not of this place rises up in the back of her mind. She glares into the empty sky, only in a single direction, at the Kotomine church, towering at the top of the hill.
Rin, quote-unquote, figures it out, plays the pronoun game, and doesn't know anything.
There's no time for her to waste. Saber jumps out into the garden, runs across it, and leaps over the wall. Saber, where are you going?
I'm going to the church. I'm trusting you to handle the rest, Rin.
Without turning back to Rin chasing after her, she bounced off the wall. The girl who dashed past in an instant was like a bullet.
I like the sonic powering up noise whenever fast stuff happens.
Rin's intelligence varies. She didn't expect Shiro to, like, you know, he is her mentor. She fucking hates him, but she doesn't think that he is going to be the master.
I feel like Rin is like she's really confident or really correct, and it's never both.
Yeah. Also, very interesting. But I just thought, Shiro is supposed to be the observer of the Holy Grail War, right?
Mm-hmm.
Rin has been one of the main sources of exposition, many times wrong about it or like slightly off. She is obviously like very attached to trying to make sense of things through the lens of the rules she knows.
She's been heavily misinformed.
Exactly. She would not expect the observer of the Holy Grail War to be participating actively in it.
Oh my goodness. I love Rin so much. She so sucks.
Without stopping once, without even slowing down, she reached this place. If anyone did see her, it was likely only as a gust of wind. That gust is already clad in blue and silver armor. Reaching the top of the hill, in the instant she laid her eyes on the enemy's ground, Saber had armed herself. She hadn't intended to do so. She had decided to put on her armor only after she had entered the church. But she hadn't been able to restrain herself. In the instant she laid eyes on the church, her reason burned away, and she clad her whole body in armor. Her chest burns. The nausea that has been rising in her chest is certainly not something that belongs to her. It is a chill carried to her from her master, the already hopeless sense of death. She doesn't know what has happened. All she is certain of is that the Emilia Shiro is dying. There's no deferring that. His wound is so grave that it wouldn't be strange for him to even die in the next second. Pain and the chill that has now become an intolerable nausea that races through her whole body. But that doesn't amount to even a thousandth of the agony that Emilia Shiro is enduring. He can't be saved. Even if she could race to his side with God's own speed, she won't make it in time. She stands here. He is drawing his final breaths, and she'll lose her master before her very eyes, won't she? In the instant that she imagines that scene, her reason vanishes without a trace. All she can do now is race to her master's side as fast as she can. If Godspeed won't get her there in time, she'll just cut down his logic. And conveniently, the enemy's ground is a house of God. Her opponent is none other than one of his servants.
Fuck.
Her eyes holding back her rage pierce the church. Blowing the firmly sealed doors aside, he storms into the chapel. He doesn't even see the pews. With no mind to her path, she cuts across the chapel, passes through the courtyard, and rushes down the stairs that lead underground. All that is left behind her are the haphazardly destroyed walls and floor of the church. To be clear, she is not so violent as all that. She had meant to calmly open the door, but she had no memory of feeling her legs that dash across the ground with so much magical energy. It was just simply that she couldn't control herself. Racing down the steps like she's falling, she reaches the underground chapel. The feel of death is close. And when she fixes her gaze on that before her, her rage exceeds its limit. Anger at herself and anger at the enemy before her who had done the deed.
I cannot hear the voices.
That's
I don't know
Lancer.
who's talking.
Yo, sorry. That's as far as you go, Saber.
She can't hear the voice of the spearman standing in her way. The tension in her limbs has reached its peak, and she can no longer ration her strength, no matter what she does. Her master is sunk in darkness. At the back of the room, in the middle of the room where the living corpses are enshrined, he lies face down on the floor. Red blood leaks out beneath him, and he's desperate quickly gasping breaths can be heard all the way in the chapel. He is alive. On the other side of that relief, he shakes for having left him here so wounded until now.
Shiro,
Saber takes a step toward the back of the room, but a guard stands at its front, holding the long spear behind his back. The blue spearman watches Saber with dauntless eyes.
yo, sorry, but that's as far as you go, Saber.
She couldn't hear him, and so she didn't stop.
She ignored him both times, so he said it twice.
Ignoring me, are you?
As he curses her, perhaps it's to be expected that he blocked it. Blocking Saber's surprise attack with his spear, unable to fully disperse its power, Lancer retreats to the wall. But with that, the obstruction retreats. He has no time now to fight Lancer. He must save her master on the verge of death as soon as she is able.
Is the kid so precious to you? I don't really care, but in that case, you can afford to ignore me even less, Saber.
Saber stops walking to the back of the room.
What did you mean by that, Lancer? No, I wonder. I'm the one who stabbed him in the chest. And the truth is, this is the second time. Last time, I was sure that I killed him, but the bastard survived. I made sure to pierce him this time.
Yeah? Yeah?
Yeah.
Why the quotes on fears?
What did you mean by that?
You bastard. You used Geibogon's Shiro.
No, my boy.
Relax, I missed his heart. But the curse is still working. Saber, you should know the curse of the spear. The spear of causality that reverses cause and effect. Anyone struck with it can't change their fate without a hell of a lot of luck.
I mean, if we're talking about luck, Shiro may be up there.
I think if literally anyone could.
Also, I'm going to take my titty pills one moment.
Enjoy them. Is it because Saber's on screen?
Yes.
To put it simply, a wound given by Geibo will never heal. The one cursed will never recover, will carry the wound until they die, as long as this spear exists in this world.
And there's the stakes.
Yep, there it is.
At that, the mood in the room changed. The light of reason returns to her eyes, that had allowed her to see nothing but her master.
So you finally understand. You want to save the kid, right? But first, you've got to settle things with me.
Oh.
Alright. I like him again. Hi, Lancer.
Lancer's beast-like bloodlust encroaches on Saber. It's obvious that Lancer is serious, but...
Are you mad, Lancer? A spearman like you means to fight me in this tiny room? I can't imagine that such foolishness is your idea. If you leave now, I'll let you go. Leave your spear behind and be gone. I have no intention of taking your head in such an involuntary fight.
Hey Toms, we have been traumatized. Enjoy going back in time.
Wouldn't that be even more foolish? What the hell sort of hero would leave his partner behind? I didn't stab the boys so I could make some sort of trade. I'm here so that I can kill you.
I love this eye so much.
Oh, what a man.
There is no lie in his words. Lancer has no intention of letting the two of them live alive. For him, this is his first and his last serious fight. Lancer's wish isn't for the Holy Grail. All he desires is a battle befitting of a hero.
God, what a man.
Such a simple wish that as a servant should have been granted to him as a matter of course hasn't yet come true for him. And so, he hasn't the slightest of intentions of letting this chance, but is probably this final moment, escape. Even if the circumstances are the most advantageous for him possible. We will enjoy this,
Connect.
thank you.
Connection blip, I am back.
Oh, hey, welcome back.
Very well, then I will just cut you down right along with your spear.
That may have been one of my dips, actually. I just noticed I dropped a few frames.
What? That's crazy.
Saber takes up her invisible air and faces the blue knight. Is this the first time that the actual noun invisible air has been used in the narration?
I think it's appeared as like the clarifying text above it before, but I don't think we've seen it just used.
I love it though.
Absolutely, Lancer's lawful neutral. I was just thinking the same thing.
Well said. I'll confess, I'm glad it was you who survived the last, Saber.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Lancer's spear races out as a flash of light. Saber faces it head-on. The resumption of their battle begins with each of their death blows. Oh, and the interlude is...
Oh, that was that was still the interlude.
Yeah, we are back to Shiro trying to fucking survive.
The orb.
It hurts, it hurts, it hurts, it hurts. Ah, ah. All I can hear now is the sound of my own breathing. Maybe I've been struck with a fever hot enough to burn me black, but it's like my brain has long since melted and flowed down out of my ears. Stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it. Something wrong with me. Even though it seems I have no brain left, my body continues to cry out in pain, and my empty head dutifully continues to accept it. Save us, save us, save us, save us. My head isn't the only thing that's empty. Sorry.
I'm gonna hit you. I'm gonna get a rolled up newspaper. I'm gonna swat you.
The whereabouts of my stomach and my heart are both unknown. Intolerable nausea without anything left for me to throw up increases without end. I grit my teeth and continue to endure that endless cycle. I can stay conscious. If this pain only belongs to me, then I just have to endure it all by myself. If that's the case, there's no problem. Give it back. Give it back. Give it back. So the only problem is the voices. The only thing I can hear is my own breathing. And my head is long empty, but the voices continue to resound. You don't even have to think about whose voices those are. It hurts. It hurts. It hurts. I'm going mad.
God.
Each time I hear their voices, they gouge a deeper hole in my chest. I'm not afraid. I just have far too little means to atone to them. Hey. 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 No matter how much they beg to be saved, no matter how much I want to save them, there's no way for me to do that. I won't tell them to stop calling to me. But no matter how much they beg, I have no answer to give them. That's why this goes on. I feel that my heart might break. Give it back. Give it back. No matter how much they beg me, I can't agree. All I can do is at least put an end to this. Return the contradiction of these corpses forced to live to their proper course. And force the cause that built this hell to atone for it. I can't return sad happenings or tragic deaths to the way they were. That's the limit. A hero of justice is someone who efficiently cleans up after things that have already happened. Who was it who said that? I denied it, but now I'm cornered by it like this. To be honest, I want to run away. I have no way to compensate them. I don't have any miracle I can grant them by just listening to their voices. I don't have the power to deny the words of he who spit that's what a hero of justice is either. Then, even if I had a miracle that could save them, would I even use it?
So she's arrived. Come, wake up, Shiro. Your servant has come.
Oh my god. Oh my fucking god, this game is going to be the death of me.
I'm gonna fucking die, bro. I'm gonna fucking die.
I hear a voice. The voice comes from right behind my head. I could barely hear what he said. My vision blurs. There's nothing before my eyes. All there is just their voices begging to be saved, and their bodies long become corpses.
He's doing well, but as I expected, he stands no chance against Saber. Either way, only one more servant is required. I don't care whether that's Saber or Lancer, but before that, we must make a choice.
I can't hear anything. And yet, why does his voice echo in my head?
Well then, it's time to take the stage. Shall we go a little further forward, Shiro?
My head is raised. Holding my head in his hand, he drags me slowly across the floor. At that, I can feel who the man behind me is. The man who drank down the black corruption. His heart is black and wreathed in some kind of mysterious darkness. The black corruption reaches out for the outside world, and it's like a chain to punish him as well. I don't know what that means. There's only one thing that's clear. This man, Kotomine Kirei, is the same as Miyashiro. His body bears a terrible mortal wound, and he's making up for it with a mysterious something. Just as Miyashiro heals his wounds with the power of Saber, Kotomine Kirei maintains his corpse-like body with the power of that black corruption.
That's enough, Saber.
That's very interesting.
Right?
That's enough, Saber. If you wish to save your master, then put up your sword.
What's happening? My vision is still blurry. I can't even raise my head.
You stand back as well, Lancer. In the first place, we both seek the Holy Grail, do we not? There's no need for such a reckless fight. If Saber has come to trade for this man's life, then let us give him to her gladly.
A gloomy laugh.
Are you telling me to trust you? To believe your words when you murdered Lancer's master, and lay your hands on mine even now?
Who is he talking to? Although I can hear her voice, the sound of it rings through my hazy consciousness like a bell.
Believe me, I have no intention of quarreling with you. By some accident, we've come to a situation like this, but if you come to claim the Holy Grail, I won't get in your way. In the first place, my role is to determine the owner of the Holy Grail. For surviving this far, you two have more than enough right to claim it. And so, if you wish it, I can give the Grail to you here and now.
Oh, he's playing the mind game.
He's so full of shit.
He's so good, isn't he?
I love this guy. Yeah, like, fuck him, he's the worst. I love this guy.
You're saying the Grail is here? Of course it is. The Grail is everywhere. To begin with, the Grail is a formless vessel. How complete it is depends on when and where it is summoned, but even this church possesses the qualifications just to call it forth.
Me and the worsty.
The worsty.
Of course, the Grail won't be complete unless only one servant remains, but no doubt it can grant most wishes even without that. If that doesn't satisfy you, then you can begin the final battle then. No, I'm reluctant to do that myself, but if that is what you wish, I will go along with it. You don't mind settling things then, do you, Lancer? I do mind. There's no need to go so far out of the way. we're going to settle this, we can do it right now, can't we? Under these circumstances, you're at a disadvantage inside this room, and no doubt Saber's too worried about her master to fight. I doubt you could call this a fight you would be satisfied with.
Even
He has the exact words to manipulate anyone he's talking to.
right? Every single one of them. Including his
that's-
own servant.
That's so cool.
The sound of someone spitting. It seems the man grudgingly agreed.
Fine, let me ask you one thing. What is the Holy Grail? Wasn't it only supposed to appear when there's only one left? Are you saying the ones who call this here swindle us from the very beginning? No, there is some truth to it. The Holy Grail will not appear until only one servant remains. But the vessel that calls the Grail down is another matter. It is prepared as something that has formed from the very beginning, and power flows into it until the Grail's summoning.
Mm-hmm.
In the case that only two servants remain, it should already have begun to possess its power as the Holy Grail. Isn't that right, Saber? You lasted until the end last time. You have some understanding of what sort of thing the Grail that the Einsburn prepared is, do you not?
Yeah?
That's right. The Grail is always here, waiting for the time when it is filled with the blood of the sacrifices.
Yeah.
Oh fuck! Oh no, that makes so much sense. Oh god.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah. The realization. The realization. Yeah?
But don't you think that that's futile? There's no need to go along with it until only one remains. Now it should already be more than possible to just to grant your wishes. Then there should be no need for any meaningless killing.
Oh. Hey. Did you remember? Like, I think it was last episode or the other one. That was something like, huh? What are you talking about? The Holy Grail is already something that is mine. My family told me that I'm just here to come back for it, you know?
Yeah,
Remember?
no, I do remember. Yes, I do remember. Oh, everything's so much more fucked up than anyone thought at the beginning.
You did not have any idea how fucked things were from the beginning.
As from the beginning, everything's so fucked up. It's all terrible. Everything's bad for everyone involved.
Oh.
It's the well-adjusted people don't go on adventures thing. Like, this stuff does not happen for good, just reasons.
Yep. That is Saber, I think.
That is true. Certainly what you say is right. But in that case, who are you? Is your objective not to gain the Holy Grail? I told you that my role is to select, did I not? If there is a suitable person, I will surrender the Grail to them gladly.
Oh, I hate him so much.
To do that, first I wish to hear what you have to say on the Shiro.
My body moves. I suppose he must have grabbed my head from behind and lifted me into the air. It hurts. The wound in my chest opens. At the pain, my barely living vision returns to blankness.
Oh, and he's got the hiccups? That poor guy.
Shut up.
I don't know.
That's Saber.
You bastard. Worry not. I'm merely going to ask him for his answer. The Grail only responds to those who desire it. You are interested yourself in whether your master is fit to receive the Grail, are you not? There's no point in that. Shiro doesn't want the Holy Grail. My master's not such scum as you are. Yes, he said that from the very beginning, didn't he? But I doubt that's actually true. Just as there is darkness in every person, he has a shadow as well. For example, on that day, 10 years ago, did this boy truly curse nothing? Is he not shaking himself free of it by forgetting what came before?
God. God, this man. Wait. What is he saying? The fire 10 years ago has nothing to do with... Oh, it has everything to do with this, honey.
Shiro, are you not aware, honey?
Even if you do that, there's no meaning in it. There shouldn't be anything that came before that.
Let us open those wounds. Here, the time for your atonement has come, Amiya Shiro.
My back arches so sharply. God, I fucking hate this guy so much. My consciousness flips over like an electric current has run down the back of my neck. My consciousness disappears and is replaced with a red image. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. There's really no meaning in something like that. Even if I remember that now, it's not like anyone is going to be saved. Everyone died. Everyone was dying. In the midst of the flame, only I wandered. Houses burned up. There were corpses burned black beneath the rubble, and I could hear crying voices all around. It hurts. It hurts. It hurts. I walked alone, begging to be saved, waiting, wanting someone to save me, no matter who it was. I kept walking, looking only ahead. Stop it. During that time, why was I able to think that there were no voices begging me to save them? Stop it. Save us. Save us. Save us. Yeah, you noticed? There was no way that I couldn't. I walked through it, ignoring the voices sobbing that it hurt. Ignoring the voices howling, let me out. Ignoring the screams of, I don't want to die. Ignoring the mothers pleading, take my baby with you. Ignoring even the dying eyes that couldn't even beg to be saved. I just kept walking, seeking my own salvation. Wait. I'd had enough of seeing corpses. I had enough of seeing people die in pain. I thought I couldn't be saved anyway. I thought that no matter what I did, everyone would die. And so I didn't even stop. Stop it. Give it back. Give it back. Give it back. Since I'd gone that far, I thought it was wrong if I didn't live at least a second longer. If there were people who died without my being able to do anything, as long as I was able to, I thought that I had to live. Stop it. I was about to break. Holding back my tears, I wandered in search of an exit. It was hard to live, ignoring the voices begging to be saved. I'm sorry, because I knew that if I apologized, my heart could be at peace. I never did. That I kept walking, believing that that was the only thing I could do for them in good faith. You were fucking 10, you were like fucking 6.
Shit happens in a fire.
Stop it.
That's all I got for you.
It hurts, it hurts, it hurts. And then, just as I'd wished, I alone was saved. The children in the hospital room were from the houses around where the fire started, from the unfortunate houses that the fire had spread to on the wind. I didn't want to know, but the man in the white coat told me that from my own neighborhood, I was the only one who lived. Stop it already. I saw people die in agony, and I saw just as many people mourn for them. In a big building, there was a funeral funeral for all those who had died. My regret for all that sadness, for all those who were lost. All of it. It's not. Stop it, please. Hey. I thought that I had to remember them. Of course I did. All those people wished to be saved, and I was the only one it was granted to. Then I thought it was natural that, since it was granted me, I should bear the weight of their deaths. No. I wouldn't have been able to hold up my head if I didn't think that. Don't. Let us go home. Let us go home. And so I desperately chased after Kiritsugu. For the things I couldn't do. For the things I couldn't save. I idolized a hero of justice who could save someone. The person I had been was shaved away each time I ignored a voice begging to be saved, and was finally lost without a trace. With my emptied heart, I believed I couldn't be forgiven if I didn't keep moving forward even so. Don't open those wounds. Please. God, this whole sequence. Are you okay, by the way?
I'm enamored. Keep going.
Many people I didn't save taught me that. What was it that I lost because of that? In the place of people who died, I thought only of profoundly moving forward. Of proudly. I didn't have time to remember anything else. And so I sealed away my memories of before, resolving never to think about them. People kinder than anyone else. My memories of the people who were my parents, were closer to me than anyone, so that I wouldn't remember them and go back. I firmly sealed them away, like that person was dead. Don't open those wounds anymore. That wasn't something painful. Adopted by Emiya Kiritsugu, Emiya Shiro was happy. So don't.
Who is this?
That is Kirei.
Are you saying that you never even once thought that it was a mistake?
I'm telling you, do not open that window anymore. Oh, this boy is fucked. Ah, pain. The pain of the wound opened in my chest draws me back to reality. The nausea doesn't abate. My arms and legs are numb, and my head is so hot, it seems like it might boil over. My breaths are feebly cut short. Give it back. Give it back. And their voices are echoing in my head. I spit up blood. Maybe my body is dying, or maybe I can't endure these voices. My chest hurts. My chest hurts. My chest hurts. But even if I try to cover it up, I can't. What hurts is a wound on the inside. As long as I have these memories, it will continue to ache, to swell up, and it will never heal. Is this a hallucination? Just for an instant, I see the shape of she who can't be here. Then I had to endure. Like I could think that I'd rather die. If she's here, even if she's a hallucination, I have to hold up my head and tell her I'm okay.
This is a deep wound. Like this, you will suffer so long as it goes unhealed, Emiya Shiro. You should not go to your grave like that.
The priest's voice. A voice filled with pity, very much unlike him.
You said you had no need of the Holy Grail, didn't you? But what about it? If it would allow you to redo the events of 10 years ago, would you not desire the Grail? You could save everything that was lost. You could make it so it never happened, and return to the life you should have had, with no relation to Emiya Kiritsugu.
Oh,
Is that not the only way for you to save yourself?
oh.
Fuck.
my god. Redo what happened 10 years ago? Redo myself? Survive without saving anyone? No. In the first place, if I could make it so that never happened, so that no one died, so that that hell never took place. Why could you? I shake my head. With my burning head, my mind that can no longer think of anything, I deny that vision. He lacks the critical info, he wasn't on the date. I spit at my weakness. After all, that's... It hurts, it hurts, it hurts. I hear voices. My fingers enduring the pain brush the damp floor. Save us, they say. They who should be dead are bringing their voices together and wishing they could go back to that day. Yeah? It can't be anywhere near as much as you have. But it's not like I haven't dreamt of that too. After I was adopted by Kiritsugu, I walked through that burning field over and over again, forever gazing at that scene. Going to a place where there was nothing, opening a door that didn't exist, walking down an empty hallway and smiling at a mother who wasn't there. I kept waiting for the day I could return to before it all, and wake up to see that it was all a bad dream. Though I accepted reality without that ever happening. If I could grasp a world where no one was hurt, where none of that ever happened, it's how happy a thing.
Come, answer me. If you wish for it, I will give you the Holy Grail.
I fucking hate this so much, Jesus Christ.
This is so enrapturing.
Right? Says the priest who governs the Holy Grail. What a fucking title, too. Give it back. Give it back. If I wish for it, these voices will disappear as well. The orphans, the same as me. The sea of the dead that I could have joined if my fate had been just a little different. Then, I don't even have to think about it. I shouldn't even have to think about it. I don't get it. I can't wish for something like that.
You don't need it.
I look straight at them, at the dead, and gritting my teeth, I refuse. That's the answer.
Go.
Whatever the Grail is, that won't change. Resurrecting the dead, changing the past, I can't wish for something like that.
Oh, Shiro, my boy.
That's right. You can't do it over. The dead won't come back to life, and you can't undo something that's already happened. I can't hold on to an unnatural wish like that. My cheeks burn. Each time I say that miracles are impossible, tears of frustration spill down my cheeks. As if to ask why. Why the miracle of wishing for such a natural happiness is beyond the reach of human hands.
The Grail will make it possible. It will make everything as you wish it.
He's crying as he says it. Holy shit. The priest says, but I can't agree to those words. Even if you could redo the past. Even so, there's no taking back what's already happened. I mean, if that happened, it would all be a lie. Those tears, that pain, and these memories too, and the coldness of reality gouging a hole in my chest. There were people who died in agony. There were people who wagered their lives to save someone else. There were people who overcame long days spent mourning their deaths. So if you were to undo all of that, where could all of those things go? The dead won't come back. Reality won't be overturned. Isn't it by embracing that pain and that weight that you preserve the things that have been lost? All people die someday, and death is sad in itself, but it can be that pain is all that's left behind. Death is sad, but at the same time it leaves brilliant memories behind it. Just as I am bound to by their deaths, as I am protected by the memory of the man named Emiya Kiritsugu. I believe those memories become my foundation and change the person living now, even if those are memories that I'll one day forget. I believe that this road, that the self I've been until now, is not a mistake. It's so good.
I'm gonna cry. Oh my god.
Holy shit, it's so good.
That's beautiful.
So, in other words, you...
You don't need the Holy Grail. I can't twist myself, even for the things I've left behind. It's so good. Holy shit! Enduring the pain, I declare, desperately holding on to my consciousness, threatening to collapse and disappear, I somehow managed to climb up onto my knees.
Yeah, he's doing it.
There, I finally realize I can't hear the voices. The voices echo no longer. I don't know how they took my answer. That they closed their eyes, leaving not a single complaint from me behind them. I suppose you could call it sad. Oh!
They're silent because he finally let it go.
That was a deeply wounded answer her master had produced. The rage that had taken over her whole body until just moments before vanished. She lost her words and simply stared at her master. I believe that this road, that the self I've been until now, is not a mistake. With his blood-soaked body, barely able to see it, hardly able to breathe, strenuously stemming the flow of his tears, I can't twist myself, even for the things I've left behind. Bowing his head to all those he had trampled upon, even so, he declared that he could not stray from his path. Her vision blurs. He's not the only one who can barely breathe. He knows his past. Just as Emilia Shiro has shared Saber's past, he has shared his as well. And so, she had been certain that he would understand. No, she thought that he must understand. That it wasn't his fault. That it's not a burden that Emilia Shiro need bear. If he could listen, she wanted to tell him. And yet he rejected it. Saying that however painful his past might have been, it's not something that he can do over. Her body threatens to topple. Now those words are too heavy, making an oath to himself and wagering everything on its completion. He had felt that he resembled her in that way, but that had been conceit. He was the only one who had thought them alike. They could never have resembled each other. That boy's heart is strong. She, who had done nothing but deny his words, it was her path that was mistaken. Ah! Oh! 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 Oh my god.
Give me a sec.
No, take your time. Holy shit. Oh my god. Oh my god, this game is so good.
Oh, my heart. This is the worst one? This is the worst route?
It's so good. Oh.
So you have chosen not your salvation, but your wish.
The priest takes his hands off the boy. After he repeatedly looks down at the boy, as though he has already lost interest in him, he steps past him. This is still in your top 10 scenes of the VN, yeah? The fact that you mentioned there's another 10 scenes that can compete with this is incredible, actually.
Right? Oh, I can't wait.
Then what about you, Saber? The boy says he has no need of the Grail, but you're different, are you not? Your goal is salvation of the world, granted by the Holy Grail. Surely a heroic spirit like yourself won't wave your own egotism aloft as the boy has done.
That question sends a shock through her reason. The priest says that he will surrender the Grail. Her goal. If she has a wish that must be granted, he will give her the Grail.
That's...
There's no reason for her to refuse. She has fought this far solely for that purpose. Only for that purpose she became a servant. Then, whatever Shiro says, it has nothing to do with me. If the Holy Grail will come into my hands,
Then the condition of our bargain. Saber, for the sake of your goal, slay your master with your own hand. If you do, I shall grant you the Holy Grail.
I resolved that I would do anything. Those words were incomparably unexpected. Truthfully, you could say that she couldn't comprehend them. It wasn't that she couldn't understand what the priest has said, but rather that that choice had never existed inside her at all.
What's the matter? There's no need to hesitate. Right now, you can slay the boy before he can even realize that he's dead. In the first place, his life can no longer be saved. Would it not be mercy for you to give him his last rites?
Oh. The priest opens the way for her. Before her lies the door that leads to the underground crypt, and beyond it, the crouching form of the boy.
I know she won't. I know she won't.
She walks as though she's being drawn in. He passes the priest and enters the damp room. The inside of the room was hell. Do you love Kiri realizing that he can't manipulate Shiro anymore, so he moves on to Saber? Yeah? Writhing here, within this room, forced to face his own darkness, still, he pushed the priest's words aside. He places her hand on her sword. At her feet, sucking down painful breaths, her master lies upon the ground. The end of a long journey. Holy Grail she had offered up herself to wish for. All she need do is bring her sword down, and it will be granted to her. From the beginning, the alliance between master and servant lasts until they obtain the Holy Grail. Even if it should end here, that's...
What is it? Why do you hesitate? This is a deal for the Holy Grail, you realize. As terms of exchange, I think these are quite exceptional.
The priest is entirely right. It is strange for her to hesitate here. But even so... His road. I believe that the self I've been until now is not a mistake. She can't get those words out of her mind. It's frustrating to admit, but she is different from Shiro. She does want to undo all of it. That day, was there not someone more suited to pull the sword from the stone? Someone more suited than her to be king? Who could have built a country that lasted in peace? That was her heart that thought of her country. The doubts of the girl named Artoria before she took up on the sword. That day, hearts she had left behind eternally before the stone she drew the sword from. Why hadn't she realized that? I can't twist myself, even for the things I've left behind. That was her heart that thought of her country. The heart of a lone girl before she had become king. But it was not the heart of the king. As king, she had believed only in herself. To deny that would also be to deny all the things that she had stolen away. He said that things lost will not return. Even as he writhed in pain, her master had continued to insist that. The sight of him rends her heart. What had she said to him? That she cannot lead a new life? She had stubbornly continued to reject him, claiming her duty as king. What is that supposed to be? To resurrect her ruined kingdom? To choose a better king than she had been? Or had she merely wished to undo that destruction? You okay, hon? Anya's just dead. Give her a moment. Anya just left. And she's back.
Sorry, there is a blip on my stream. I could hear you speaking, but then the audio or the video froze. And I was like, that's strange. And I started trying to talk to you, and you clearly couldn't hear me.
Welcome back. None of you are okay. It's so good.
No, nobody's okay. Nobody's okay right now.
Also, no, I will say afterwards. Never mind. This is
this... Oh, who's this? I was saying, is this Saber?
That's Saber, yeah.
That's wrong.
Yes, that is wrong. She had been raised to be king, and as king she had lived. There was no mistake there. Then, if the end of that were destruction, why hadn't she been able to accept that? He said that he had no regrets. If you can be proud of the life that you've lived, then you mustn't wish to do it over.
That's what you meant, isn't it, Shiro?
Shiro's crying echoes in her heart. That these tears will disappear. That pain will disappear. That the cruel weight gouging a hole in her chest will disappear too. That it is a matchless forgiveness, a personal salvation born of a total negation. But if she were to undo everything, just what would happen to all the feelings she had stolen? I have stolen many things and piled up many debts. To endure that pain, that regret is nothing else but spiritual compensation for all the things that have been lost. And so, if I wish to do it over, it shouldn't be from the past, but starting now. She's using first person now. She started using first person!
Oh my god!
If there are things that I have left undone, rather than returning to the past to do them over, starting in this moment, I must strive to achieve the wishes I wasn't able to accomplish. But she who lost her country no longer has any right to be king. Then, the wishes that she can make come true make come true from now on are hers, just like she said. Just like he said. Artoria girl, not Artoria king. Yeah! That's so good.
I'm not crying, you're crying.
I love you, Arya.
Oh my goodness.
No.
Oh,
That is something that must...
I'm sorry, I gotta go pull my notes. I'll be right back.
Don't worry. Take your time. I can't believe I realized that the narration was third person just in time to actually see it switch into first person. Oh my god. I was not ready for the feels today, holy shit. Okay, but oh my god. How is this game so good? How is this game so good? My heart. My fucking heart. Ah,
I'm back.
welcome back.
Oh my goodness.
I was thinking, you know, leading up to the finale, leading up to all of this, right? I was thinking, how is the game going to have the cathartic resolution connecting everything, right?
Like
Holy
this.
Holy shit, I was not ready.
I am... I'm still reeling.
That is something that mustn't be wished for. It was my own will to become king. There was nothing painful about that. Even if I weren't understood by anyone, even if no one accepted me, I believe still that that choice I made myself is not one to be ashamed of. At least, knowing all of those things, that girl took up on the sword as the answer. The only answer. One that she can be proud of. Just the same as his.
Oh, I'm gonna cry again. Fuck.
Fate writing is so
Yes.
good. She remembers a distant vow. A single word that had gouged a hole in her heart. She had decided to fight. Even if she lost everything. Even if she were hated by everyone.
I was a fool.
The oath of the king who resolved to fight even so. The king defended her country, but the country did not protect their king. That's all. The result was tragic, but if there was no shame in the process that led to it,
There was no need for me to seek it.
she had sworn to fulfill her duty as king. Even if it had ended in destruction, she had fulfilled that oath to the end. Then, there's nothing I need more than that. That's right. It wasn't that I wanted everything. From the beginning, I only wanted one thing. In order to gain it, many things slipped from my hands, but even so, there is something that I protected until the end. With that lodged firmly in my heart, at least. Let's see this dream that didn't come true through to its end.
I do want the Holy Grail, but I cannot kill Shiro.
Leveling her sword toward her enemy, with no doubt in her heart, she spoke.
Do you not understand, knave? I said I want Shiro more than I want that thing.
That's why my role is already decided. To be his sword and his shield. Thus, I can't hold on to these doubts anymore.
Are you saying that you don't need the Holy Grail, Saber? If the Grail is something that will sully me, I have no use for it. After all, I already have everything I wanted.
Oh, yes. I have all of it.
God damn it!
My pride as a knight, my oath as a king, and the noble dream that a girl named Artoria once saw. Oh. I'm certain that I heard those words. The confession of she who had desired the Holy Grail.
Oh, it's past tense, baby.
Those words with no doubt in them, declaring that she has no need of the Grail. Saber. Steadying my ragged breathing, I say her name. Even if I can't see her, I know that Saber is by my side. Pain of the wound is fading. Perhaps it's because Saber is near me, but that wound that wouldn't close is slowly growing smaller.
Can you stand, Shiro? If you can move, please touch my hand.
But yeah, okay, so there is a bad end there. Through the entire route, you can have like different choices with Rin, Ilya, and Saber, and all of that goes to the relationship graphic here.
Oh, so if we had fucked it, we would have fucked it.
If we had been on low affection with Saber, Saber fucking kills you there.
Oh god.
I don't know what happens exactly, but I know that's a bad end.
That's fucking brilliant. Oh gosh, I'm glad I got water.
So good. Sakura hired an Ilya and she ain't even here.
Yeah, we made our choice. We know what's up.
Hey Jackie, hello. Look at Dania just fucking dying here.
Fuck off! No, why did you show up now? Why couldn't you have been here earlier when I was laughing and having a good time? Now I'm crying and feeling things.
Were we laughing at any point during this stream?
Oh wait, no, I was freaking out.
Yeah, somehow. Answering in a whispered voice, I grasp Saber's hand. My vision recovers. My head, hazy from the loss of blood, steadily regains its energy. Saber, this is...
Yes, even Gabriel's curse cannot affect you now. If you stay by my side, you should be healed soon. More importantly, right now.
Saber casts her gaze over to the chapel. On the other side of the door, At the entrance to this basement, the final master, Kodomine Kirei and Lancer are standing.
I see.
After he observes us, as though he were seeing something for the first time.
You bore me.
Wow!
This is what he's here for. This is the only reason he's hanging out. It's to torture people.
In a voice that contains no emotion at all, he spits those words.
With this, as I suspected, I have no choice but to take the custody of the Grail myself. But in that case, this will become something of a violent matter. To grant my wish, the Grail must be complete. Amiya Shiro, I'm sorry, but I'm going to have you die here.
I instantly tried to ready myself, but my body still won't do as I ask. I thought you were base, Shiro, not cringe.
You were supposed to be based in this year.
I can't poke at your trauma, so I'm going to just fucking kill you now. Holding Saber's hand, I can somehow manage to stand, but that's all. I can't fight like this, and more than anything, I'll just be a hindrance for Saber.
There's no need to worry about that, Shiro. Please remain here. I'm enough to deal with Lancer and his master by myself. Oh, that's quite the confidence. Do you think perhaps we should have run, Lancer?
Lancer doesn't respond. In the first place, there's no sense from Kodomine's words that he feels that he's in danger. The only thing afraid of us are his words.
Kotomine, are you called yourself? Before I strike you down, let me ask you this. What is your goal? What does the Elector of the Holy Grail wish for? Well, a pleasure to put it bluntly, but it's not such an urgent thing as all that. To tell you the truth, Saber, I don't have such a great interest in the Grail either, but it suits my tastes. If there is no more suitable owner for it than me, then it's for the good of the world that I accept it, no?
He's avoiding the question.
Nonsense. What are you saying? When you murdered a master to become one yourself, you must have intended to claim the Grail from the very beginning. Well, that's just a windfall. I killed Lancer's master because a mage from outside would have been a nuisance. I don't want the association to find out that the Grail is such a thing. I had them bow out early, but it wouldn't have been apt to let a servant go so easily. I also needed a pawn to make sure the battle proceeded smoothly, so I borrowed the right to be Lancer's master for a little while.
I hate him so much.
It's so fucked up.
What? And Kotomine became a master by killing Lancer's master? Right, Shiro was completely unaware of that. I forgot.
Yeah, he had no idea.
I see. I won't ask who you are any further. But I will have you fulfill your duty as the Elector. Where is the vessel? The Cup of Souls this time? You can't mean to say you sheltered her unknowingly.
I must have taken him by surprise. Kotomine gasps. That was only for an instant. After he glances at me amusedly, he snaps his fingers and summons the final player to the stage.
Oh no.
Everyone's surprised.
The two of them stiffen. From above our heads comes the tapping of hard footsteps descending the stairs.
Well then,
Yeah, okay, cool. I expected this.
I doubt I have any further use for you, but let me introduce you. This is the servant Archer, the heroic spirit who was my partner in the last Holy Grail War.
The truth is, the game was rigged from the start.
The truth is.
The Golden Knight appears. That is undoubtedly Gilgamesh, the king of heroes. The atmosphere in the room changes completely. Gilgamesh leisurely appears, cuts across the chapel like it's nothing, and stands next to Kotomine.
Hey guys! Ugh, God, I forgot about his stupid fucking jacket.
So, what do you intend to do from here, Kotomine? Or are we going to settle things in a place like this? And what's more against both of these nuisances together? I can say this direction is up to your usual standards.
Don't say that. I didn't expect this either. Forgive me. I'll listen to your complaints afterwards.
It's you, Logan Paul.
There he is! That's what he was doing in Japan.
Oh, if you understand, that's good enough. But can't you do something about that car? If he glances at me any harder, I might just kill him.
What's the meaning of this, Kotomine? You saying he's your servant?
Are you cucking me, Kotomine?
Are you kicking me?
I never did explain it to you, did I? He's my servant from the last war. We shared the same opinion after the Holy Grail War concluded. He agreed to obey me, and I agreed to prepare the appropriate food to keep him here. And so we agreed to cooperate.
God.
So that's what you needed that horrible room for? That's fine, but why didn't you tell me? Are you saying there was some need for me to? Or what, did you want to fight alongside him or the like? Very funny. I'd rather die than team up with a bastard like that.
With that, there are three. On the stairs leading to the surface stands Lancer, and in the chapel, Gilgamesh blocking the way. Oh, there's no chance of victory to be found anywhere.
I'm starting to really like her.
He's really good, isn't he?
A little bit, yeah. He's kind of fantastic.
We don't even stand a chance against Gilgamesh by himself. With Lancer added in, we can't even run away. Kotomine, you said that you didn't know him. I fucking lied. Shonen, I fucking lied.
Sun Tzu said, in the art of war, have you just tried fucking lying?
I've been manipulating you all this whole time. What did you fucking expect?
That's not a very nice thing to say. However this looks, I'm still a priest. I can't tell a lie.
If that's true, you definitely said you couldn't ignore a servant left over from the last war.
Yes, even I was surprised. I ordered Archer to stand by, but he violated my orders and attacked you. It was logical that if you investigated Archer, he would eventually find me. And so I had to conduct some sort of plan. How about it? I haven't misled you in the slightest, have I?
King lies of omission, Shonen.
I haven't misled you at all. No, you've explicitly misled me. That's very misleading. Like...
Oh, that makes me mad. Led along by his words, I came right into the enemy's home base of my own accord.
Are you really saying that you are Archer's master? That's right. This has become a repeat of 10 years ago, hasn't it, Saber? Although, at that time, I had already been defeated by Kiritsugu, and we couldn't stand together on the final stage. This is the second time I've seen your face, and it will be the last. Answer me. How has Archer remained? Why did that fire start? How are you still alive when Kiritsugu defeated you?
Saber cries out with hatred in her voice. A question, an answer for long years. as though to ask where the responsibility for the disaster 10 years ago lies.
Such a thing goes without saying, no? 10 years ago, even as it was incomplete, the Grail was filled, and it was possible to take it. All I did was touch it. You and Kiritsugu were powerful, so I wished for a distraction to split you up. But I was surprised as well by the distraction that occurred.
Yeah? Wait. He can't mean...
Then you're saying that that blaze was something you caused with the power of the Grail? Who knows? I think so, but no doubt the Grail would have done the same thing even without me. That is what it is. They call it an omnipotent cup. But only the things that fill the inside of it. But the only things that fill the inside of it are blood and curses and darkness. You saw it too, did you not? The darkness that poured forth when you destroyed the Grail. Archer merely bathed in it. If you hadn't destroyed the Grail, no doubt even Archer would not have become so lost.
Oh, it's all your fault, bitch.
Nonsense. The Holy Grail is a magical cauldron that grants the wishes of its owner. Then mustn't you have wished for that fire? Just for the result. But the process of it was different from what I imagined. I merely thought it would be best if the people disappeared from that ground. In the first place, you people are poor in imagination.
Wow.
Your wishes will be granted, and that's fine. But how? Surely you didn't think that the world would simply change in the instant that you wished.
Ah.
Whatever the Grail was originally, the Grail is now nothing more than a vortex of power. It cannot make precise calculations or correct contradictions in its interactions. All it is pure power. It's no different from an enormous weapon. If its owner wishes for riches, it will kill every person around them, without exception, and bring happiness to its master. Do you understand? That bottomless cauldron of magical energy is defective, only able to grant its owner's wishes by means of destruction.
Yep.
That's not what we were told. The Holy Grail was supposed to be unlimited power, able to reform the world according to its owner's wishes, was it not? As though this is any different. The Grail's methods make sense. To allow someone to live is to kill someone else, is it not? Everything in this world is built on equivalent exchange. If you wish for some grand happening, that can only be done by devouring something else. Worrying about harmony will see no wishes granted. In other words, it is a change made by plundering the weak. That is the most efficient reformation, no?
Yeah, Shiro and Saber both rejected the Grail before the reveal that the Grail is fucked.
That's so good.
Making it really good. It's a giant monkey's paw. It is.
Monkey's paw starts spilling blood all over the place.
I understand why Saber gasps. If what Kotomine says is true, that's much too far from the Holy Grail that she sought. Hard to grant its owner's wishes. A usurper that sacrifices everything else to make its owner's desires into reality. Is that the true form of the unlimited power given to masters and servants?
Then the Holy Grail is...
FMA crossover when I bet you there's fan art.
Is this just because he said equivalent exchange?
I think probably also because of the Philosopher's Stone in general. It is literally a stone made out of souls, you know?
Yeah. You can't get fancy power for free. The only winning move is not to play.
A peerless cup of poison that eradicates everything but its owner. If you see it, you too will understand. You see, it is a limitless mass of curses. And, to me, that's wonderful. To touch the Holy Grail is the dream of a clergyman, but for there to be a Grail that exists only to kill people and to be able to use it, it's like I'm dreaming of heaven itself.
Yeah, this man is fucked, huh? Saying that, the priest smiles. It's not like the courteous smile he's worn until now. It's an innocent, beatific smile that shows that he's thankful from the bottom of his heart. Faced with that
It's
smile,
coming up cute.
faced with that smile, I understand. This man isn't human. Not more than anyone, this man must never be allowed to have the Holy Grail.
Well then, farewell. Dispose of this garbage, Lancer, the boy, and Archer Saber.
The priest turns his back, and without once looking back, he climbs up the stairs. The only ones left are the two servants, me, injured and barely able to move, and Saber, standing to protect me, staring at the enemy with death in her eyes. Oh. How are you doing vibe-wise for the time we have?
I got at least another 20 minutes in me.
Let's see where we get in 20 minutes.
Let's fuck it up.
Return to the surface, we have to shake off Lancer and Gilgamesh. Defeating both of them is unthinkable from the beginning. Right now, we have to break through them and take up a new position elsewhere.
Shiro,
Saber whispers, still staring at the enemy.
I say this knowing that it's impossible, but please, whatever you do, don't leave my side.
Oh. She grips my hand just a little tighter. At that, I understand that she's resolved herself. Understood. I'll stick with you whatever it takes, so don't worry about me. I reply with a nod. It's all I can do right now, just to walk. Saber knows that just as well as I do. Because of that, he said that she would break through. And what am I supposed to do except nod?
I trust you.
Oh. In a small voice, he replies. Releasing her hand from mine, Saber leaps into the chapel. Two shadows respond to Saber leaping out. Oh. But the surprise belongs only to Saber and I. What happened? Lancer's spear that should have attacked me went for Gilgamesh instead, and Gilgamesh's longsword that should have kept going deflected the spear as though he'd been expecting it.
Yeah, fuck yeah, my boy!
Sorry, my hand slipped.
I see. That's a rather light spear you have there, isn't it? Still without a hint of animosity between them, the two of them open the range just slightly.
Fuck, that's so cool.
I'll warn you, but your target is that mongrel. Remember that Saber has been entrusted to me?
Yeah, about that. Sorry, but I changed my mind. I feel like you ordered me with the command spell, so I'm gonna bail out here.
Saying that, Lancer faces off Gilgamesh as if to shield us.
Yes! Lancer, don't go saying something stupid. It's not like I'm throwing my lot in with you or anything. I'm just throwing my weight behind my own convictions.
Lancer points his spear at Gilgamesh. He seriously means to let us get away.
Well, I've also finally reached the end of my patience. I'm not such a good guy that I just up and do as I'm told after I've been insulted this badly. This is quits for Kotomine AI.
I love him so much.
He's becoming a favorite already. I think I love this man. I think I love this man.
Oh, didn't you mean to sever your contract, even though the Grail lies right before your eyes? You don't care if you disappear like this.
Don't let me in with scum like you. I'm not interested in a second life in the first place. No hero would be interested in something like that. We're not clinging to this world. We only cling to the attachments we couldn't fulfill. Well, that's probably not something a hungry ghost like you would understand.
Hungry white man! Starving white man. I see. I suppose a man who was brilliant at the moment of his death has something different to say. Is this betrayal also the result of your hero's pride, or whatever you call it? Good grief. It's a hard road carrying through your own convictions, isn't it, Lancer? The space behind his back distorts. In the empty air, countless weapons appear one after another.
Oh, seeing them next to each other.
Yeah?
Oh, it's fantastic. They complement each other very well.
It's the blues and the gold and silver.
It's the blue and silver, the opposite hair color. It's nice.
Also, Saber has the blonde hair with a blue bow, and he has the blue hair with a gold thing on the back.
Mm-hmm. It's fantastic. Also, yeah, she's so short.
Tiny. That's you, by the way.
Oh, fuck! Who is saying things? Sorry.
Saber.
Thank you. Lancer, he possesses the models of every noble phantasm. He is the king of heroes, with the oldest history of any of us. Against him one-on-one, even you. Is that right? I see. I guess it makes sense he'd be so stuck up. The bastard destroyed his country with his selfishness, so of course he'd be rotten to the core. Lancer, this is no time for bravado. It's fine. Hurry up and get out of here. Who the hell do you think you are trying to give me advice? Go and think of your friends just because I protected you a little. Cripes. This is why I can't stand well-bred knights.
Incredible.
I like that he said cripes. I'm a big fan of that.
Lancer urges Saber to escape. And after, Saber looks down with a pained expression.
Good hunting. I swear to you, I will repay this debt.
Taking my hand, she runs up the stairs. Done. It seems I've let them escape. Showing no sign of chasing after us, Gilgamesh watches us flee.
Wasn't Saber supposed to be your prey?
No, to be honest, I don't like the thought of such a resolution myself. If you hadn't done it, no doubt I would have done the same thing.
I love that just behind Kotomine's back, like, everything sucks for him, too.
Yeah. We ascend the stairs. Out of concern for me barely able to run, Saber's own steps went so fast. Without a care for us slowly climbing to the surface, two of them underground continue to face each other. The bloodlust filled in the chapel grows deeper and denser without end.
What do you mean by that? You meant to let Saber escape too?
Of course, I have no intention of killing Saber. She is mine. But to summon the Grail, I can't just leave things as they are. To complete the ritual, I need one more servant to die. Ooh,
Oh,
it focused specifically on Gaebolg.
I noticed.
1,000 swords appear. Corners of the Golden Knight's mouth twist horribly. That was why he was able to block Lancer's surprise attack. Lancer wasn't the only one targeting the one who was supposed to be his ally.
to do this from the start, did you bastard?
I told you, didn't I? If you hadn't done it, I intended to do it myself. I will praise you, Kukulen. For me, this is an ideal development. The space between them tightens. Before we can see their impact, we reach the top of the stairs. Oh. What happened with the status screen?
It says who his master is now.
Oh, right, that makes sense. Yeah, Kotomine Kirei. Gee, Kotomine Kirei, how come the Holy Grail lets you have two fucking servants?
Because I fucking earned it.
Actually, let me save here for now. And continue.
Would now maybe be a good time to break, actually?
This could be a good time to break, actually.
And then push through to the end next time, perhaps?
Yes. Yes, I am very okay
good
with this
God.
development.
Oh, good God.
What a fucking everything.
I was gripped start to finish. That was so good.
That was incredible.
Just the horror, the ridiculous emotional catharsis, and Ku's, I don't know, redemption question mark. What a man. What a man.
It's not even a redemption. This man just wants to fight cool.
Man.
That was wonderful. That was beautiful, actually.
I think I just had one really big note that I wanted to talk about.
Please.
Just with the way that this whole story has handled the whole aspect of trauma and dreams and who you are and taking charge of your own identity and everything. I feel like I don't want to get too personal about it, but I feel like I've been working through stuff when we've been doing these streams. I feel like whenever these guys have character development, I'm like, oh, that's what I do.
Listen.
I do that.
This series has some really good foundational, bases to them.
It's genuinely beautiful. It's so well put together. I am continuously amazed every single stream by the high quality of writing.
It's so good.
And it's like, I expect it now. I'm expecting it. And it still just blows me away.
Yeah. It's even when the writing is not as good, for example, like the beginning of Fate Grand Order, the foundational basis of what Fate is as a series in general that talks about what it means to be human and people's experiences and past and trauma and being yourself and that kind of thing. It's just full of that.
I am genuinely just really, really into the whole it's like the trope of the MacGuffin you've been seeking this whole time is actually fucking horrible and you shouldn't ever have it because no one should have it because it's awful.
Yeah. If Kotomine had remembered to drop a couple of command spells though, he's saving them, don't worry. That just means he has more for later.
Gosh. Thank you once again for bringing me on this journey. I would likely not have stumbled into this myself, and I have been having the time of my life.
This has been, and thank you so much because I hesitated initially on actually starting a series to do a read through because I didn't know how, and this goes for you too, chat. I didn't know how many people could enjoy a read-through of Fate Stay Night, especially if I was the only person reading and I already knew a couple of things. But being here with chat, just having fun, and with you reacting anew to everything is so good.
I'm really glad. It's been kind of a perfect storm of just fun.
Yeah.
And also, you're my best friend, so I really like spending time with you.
Oh,
and like, I don't know, seeing familiar faces and names pop up in chat here and there. It's nice. I enjoy the banter. I'm not used to streaming, but I am quite enjoying being here for the ride.
Thinking about it, the VN itself even starts by showing you Rin's POV and teaching you that people's perspectives can be quite subjective and personally biased. Yeah! When Shiro starts choking out Shinji, you were like, oh, I like this VN. The basement scene is where you were like, oh, I love this VN.
It's the way he just charges Shinji and Shinji, like, yelps and tries to run away.
This is also probably one of your most popular streams. Yeah, it is. It's good. It's very good.
Thank you for the compliment. I appreciate it.
And also, I just keep thinking about the future, right? I'm like excited that we're going to be finishing the Fate Route, and then I sit for one moment to think about what that means. And it's like, we're finishing one of three.
Alright, it is still baffling to me because it's like, it's one of three, and I have heard universally that this one is like the least popular, like the lowest quality of them. And the fact that I am enjoying it so thoroughly and deeply, it makes me just like, what the fuck else could be coming? And of course, the answer is a ton of shit that I could never even think of right now.
Of course, the thing is also, different routes are going to resonate with different people. It's entirely possible that we will just end up enjoying the Fate Route more than the others. It's completely possible.
That is true, but I'm looking at it as a good thing, because from most people, I hear this one's the least interesting. Which means that if I'm having this much fun, the other two will at very least break even.
Each route also builds off of the previous ones too. Yeah, I have heard that the next route has like a lot less in the like exposition-y about like mage stuff thing that we have had during this one. Like
I mean, I feel like it's just that kind of a thing with branching stories of any kind, even like video games you replay. Like, it's a lot easier to get into it more and take more away from it the second, third, or more times that you go through something, because you don't have to go through all the foundations again.
Yeah, and I think it's very interesting too that despite the fact that this version I'm playing has the routes being played one after the other, which gives almost a sense that this is the intended way. In the original, you could just fucking stumble upon the like third route accidentally.
Yeah, it was more like classic choose your whatever.
It's an explicitly ordered read order. Maybe I'm pulling that out of my ass. Could you actually? Maybe it just railroads you onto the Fate route, but I think originally you could actually go to the other ones.
I'm taking your word for it because I like you.
That's why I asked chat. You may be wrong. I do think it's intended to be read this way, but I think there was more freedom outside of this one.
It's crazy. The unreliable narrator extends to the meta. You can't trust anything anybody says about Fate, ever.
Oh, the original was like 3 different discs? I think the original... that is the Rialta Nua, that is 3 different EXEs, actually. A lot of people love HF, but the most, but UBW is their favorite. It resonates the most. Yeah, people have like different ones.
Yeah. I'm very excited to have my own opinions. That is, I think, going to be a fun thing for me to think about.
Great reactions to the basement. Thank you. Holy shit.
The basement had me fucking... I haven't, like... I used to read a lot of, like, horror lit when I was, like, really young, but then I kind of fell out of it because it just wasn't hitting the same. And, like, that brought back such nostalgia for me. I love the presentation throughout that scene. Brilliant work.
Now, I do not want to spoil anything. I don't want to say anything because I do not know myself. I was completely caught off guard by that. I knew the basement existed and I did not expect the presentation at all. But I think we are going to have more of that feeling in the future.
That's not the kind of thing you do once in a story this big. Like, I can only imagine we're gonna have more moments where it's the two of us desperately whimpering through paragraphs.
just like puppies. Just like puppies, you know? Yeah, look at Fei Fei in chat. You look at Fei Fei in chat.
It's them and one other. I just keep seeing little smiley faces pop up whenever things keep happening, and nothing distresses me more than that.
Oh.
It happened again!
Some fans do think Fate is their favorite, but it's not fully a tier below. But most people, it's their least fave. Yeah, I think...
I would love to be the kind of contrarian bitch to love this route the most.
I think because of how the relationship between Shiro and Saber is built upon each other, it has that as an extreme strength going on for it. You know? Like, the other routes have, like, a different development on things going on, and I'm very curious on how it's going to compare.
Listen, I have only one more job, one goal for the rest of this stream, and that is to kiss to Sakura on lips. That is all.
Oh. Really like the original BN's OST. Rialtanu has good tracks, but the original is your favorites, fair? HF is your favorite, but the Fate Route is weakest for you. However, as you approach the end, the Fate Route is so good, yeah? Shiro and Saber being worth mirrors of each other is a strong vibe, yeah!
It's so good how they're just thematically parallel, and they keep making glancing blows of almost getting the point at each other, and they just keep having to, like, one of them figures something out, and then the other one figures something out, and they build on each other. It's really good.
Yeah, and it being Shiro's refusal to use the wish of the Grail for something that is literally the exact equivalent to what Saber wants, being the thing that snaps her out of it is so good.
Oh, it's so good. It's so funny. Sakura's come up like twice today. Forgot about her.
Oh, don't worry.
She hasn't been relevant in so long. I just forgot that she was here. Rin told her to leave the story, and she did.
Yeah. Don't worry, we will be starting a new route soon, which means we will see more of her at the beginning.
I know. It'll be nice.
But for now, I am going to be leaving around here-ish myself, actually.
Wow, that's crazy. We're parting ways.
I can't believe we can't be permanently together.
Oh my gosh. Alright, then in that case, I'm also going to depart. Thank you again. Thank you to all of our viewers. I'm just having an absolute blast, and I can't wait to finish this route.
Love you, hon. Thank you for being here.
Bye-bye.
Bye. And she's gone. God. Fate was amazing when you first read it, incredible. And the other two routes used it as a springing board to blow you away. God, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. This has been, in fact, a blast. But, as per usual, it is 1:30 AM, and this time I have guests at home, so I kinda have to go. I could have loved to keep screaming more, but this is one time that not only it is super late, but I can't raise my voice too much or I will disturb the neighbors. A blast in the basement. God. Thank you all so much for being here. It is genuinely amazing seeing you in chat, even after 3 weeks of delays. I am glad that it was so worth it coming back to this high point. And I'll be seeing you next time. Bye! Also, tomorrow, Tunic. So, enjoy that if you're going to be to the Tunic stream. Bye!